Today I'm installing my new roof rack from Tracklander. These roof racks are made in Western Australia, I'm pretty sure. They're rated to 100 kilos and they're probably one of the lightest roof racks on the market. The roof on the Jimny is only rated to 30 kilos, which is pretty low, but it's actually capable of carrying more than that. I think Suzuki just rated at 30 kilos so that they can cover their asses in case anything happens. So this is the platform here. I chose the trading option with the two rails on the sides. It's currently upside down, but so far I can tell it's pretty light. And strong too. Another thing that's included is the feet of the actual roof rack. This particular model comes with 6 feet, 3 on each side. I've already opened one to see what's inside it. So inside each foot is these rubber feet, or rubber gaskets for the feet. These little screw caps, which I think go on here after you clamp down. And these are like captive nuts, I don't know what they're called. But these basically just slot into here, I'm quite sure. And as you screw down on it, it tightens on it. So I'm going to be doing a foot on every second rung of this platform, 1, 2, and 3 down at the end. This roof rack is actually meant for the 3-door Jimny, but it also fits the 5-door version. It's the 1800mm long by 1290, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, this is actually made for the 3-door, but it fits on the 5-door fine. It's just going to be a bit shorter on each end, and that's fine with me. Included in this third package is the gutter supports and the wind deflector, I'm pretty sure. So here is the wind deflector for the actual Jimny. The code for this part is TLRWD10. It's 1170mm. Make sure you get this because I think on the website, if you click for the Jimny one, it brings up a different wind deflector. And the rep at Tracklander told me to go for this one, which is made for the Jimny. Sweet. Alright, so in this we got 2 of the gutter protection rails, I don't know what to call them, but essentially it is a rubber seal that presumably sits on the actual gutter, and then there's this metal channel that the roof rack will clamp onto, or the feet will clamp onto. Yeah, really happy with this quality so far. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You just line these channels up with the channels on the actual rack, get it in, and I assume you just get it just loose enough so that you can adjust it. But to ensure maximum strength and contact, you would ideally want this little nut in here to be perpendicular, like 90 degrees with the actual channel going this way, just like that. And then I think once you crank down on it, it should grab. Okay, so for the wind deflector, we're going to need the actual screw, star washer, and the normal washer. That goes on just like that. And then this will go facing upwards like that onto the bolts. Now what's also included with the wind deflector is this, there's 2 strips of this backing rod. I think it goes on the actual wind deflector like that to minimize vibration or whistling. But I'm just going to put it running along here so that it covers both sides. Alright, so I've taken some measurements on the car. From gutter to gutter is about 1290. So what I'm doing is I'm butting the tape measure up to here, and I'm going for about 1070 to the edge of this bracket, and then I do it the mirrored way, so I put the tape there to there, And then when I measure from here to here, it's about 1290, and that should be about roughly the width of the gutter. I'm gonna see if it works later once I've tightened everything down and get some assistance to lift this roof rack onto the car. All right, so I've unscrewed the aerial. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna try to stand at the back and then slide the thing on just to see if the measurements are right. And then I'm gonna take it back off and then cinch all the screws and bolts down and then put it back on again. Before I do that, I'm also gonna take off these gutter clamps just to make my life easier. And then after I get it on, I'm gonna reinstall it. Also, when it comes to these gutter protection rails, have the long side facing the car. Alright, that was stupid of me because I can't actually see what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to call the missus. Also, if you're wondering how much this rack weighs, it is about 24 kilos.
Wait, this part, this part. Yeah, it's fucking heavy. Eric, no, you can't do it like that. Yeah, go back. No, it's heavy, Eric. Oh, it's heavy, Eric. You have to hold it. Hold your side, but hold more weight. I got it. Just hold your side. You're making me hold all the way at the back here. Look, you're not even holding the back weight. Yes, look, I'm holding it. Ow! I'm holding all the weight.
Just do a test fit on the front foot.
No, babe, we're gonna keep the car. It's just not gonna work for it. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm too short. That's even worse. Ow! That's worse. Sorry. Are you able to tip it over to me? Okay, try again. Is this the right way? Why is it so heavy this time? Ooh! Don't do that, Area. Hold it even with me. Stop
It's not
it.
going to fall off because it's going to get scratched. Look how low that is to the thing.
I know. Look how high I'm holding it. No, babe, stop.
Keep going, you got it.
No, Eric, it's heavy. I'm tiptoeing. I'm tiptoeing. Babe, it's too high for me.
Put it down.
It's too high. I'm literally like this, Eric. I can't.
Alright, well then I'll hold it and then you tell me if it sits in the thing.
I can't.
You just walk around and guide me. Just do my visuals. Okay, I'm going to be trying a different approach. I'm going to be masking off all these edges. I'm going to put it onto the car without the gutter protection, and then I'm going to just slide it along the gutters, and then after that I'm going to lift it up, put the gutter protection underneath it, take the tape off, and then cinch these down, and then we should be done. All right, we got it on. All right, so we got the roof rack on the car, but now we just have to center the middle weld of the platform with the channel on the roof, because right now the roof rack is sitting a little bit skewed. It's a little bit twisted, and like if you look down the sight line here, it looks a bit twisted. So we're just going to straighten everything up, and then we're going to tighten these feet down to the platform. And then before we clamp the gutters, we're going to lift it up and somehow put the wind deflector on. So the way I'm doing it is probably not the way they advise, but when you're doing it solo, you've got to do things a little bit differently. So I've managed to get the roof rack on. I've put the wind deflector on and centered it. I've used some masking tape to help find the center point of the car, but I also used the actual channels on the actual roof. This side was a bit of battle because this foot wouldn't come loose when I needed it to. Sort of scratched up the gutter protector, but that's what it's there for. It's more like a sacrificial point, so I don't really care if that gets scratched. And all these brackets are pretty much tight. So what I'm going to do now is actually clamp these feet on. Inside here there is a little black tab that's welded on, and I'm pretty sure that the U-bolt sits on top of that tab so that it can get the right angle when you tighten down on it. So that's how it should sit when it's tightened down. It's so sunny out here, I can't even see the screen when I'm filming. I'm also using a bit of grease on these stainless steel threads. But so far I've only got 2 of these clamps on, and it's pretty damn strong. Alright, so I've come to the conclusion that there's a bit of binding here between the actual car and this clamp. And because I bought these gutter protectors, these are redundant, so that means these are spare. So I was thinking maybe if I just slot this onto the actual gutter itself, like so, and then have it under here and cut them all to size, just like that long. If I cut them about that long and slide them under here, when I clamp down on it, it should protect this gutter. So I'm changing up the original design a little bit. This is how it's meant to be done. As you can see, it binds here. So what I'm doing is I'm loosening it off and I'm using this rubber under there. And then the ones that I'm cutting is going up here because it's a little bit thicker. And yeah, that's how it's gonna go on. So this is going there, and then the one that I'm cutting is going up there instead. We are all installed. This took me about 5 hours of all the trial and errors. The only thing that is missing from the packet is 2 of these, which are meant to go here. I have searched everywhere in my garage and around for them, but they don't seem to be anywhere. So I think they were missing from the start. But all in all, I think this looks really nice. Next up, I'm going to get the ladder to climb up, and then maybe a lift, some new wheels and tires, and that's probably the Jimny sorted for a long time. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial or my experimental triumph.